Okay, so I've got Matthew Little here from Team Sporty's Fishing. Matthew, congratulations on your win on Friday's round.
Oh, thank you very much.
2 from 2. What a great start to the series.
Oh, it's just been a dream, to be honest. We don't usually do too well in the Easter Classic, so to take it out and have the bag that we did, we were very, very excited.
So yeah, I mean, and it can be a tough time of the year to fish, especially that moon phase and bits and pieces. But that was a really, really solid bag you guys put together. Tell us a bit about how you approached today and how it sort of panned out for you.
Well, we had a few chats about where we were going to fish beforehand. We didn't actually get a chance to do a pre-fish, but from winning the round before, we thought we'd stick to the same plan. And usually, Tone and I, we've done a couple of Easter Classics. We never even gotten a full bag in an Easter Classic, so we weren't coming in with high expectations. We're just going to go up the back and crank our bag out in shallow water and the dirty stuff, and just try and find big fish once we had a bag. So basically, we stuck to the same plan. I think Tone had 4 in the well before I even got a bite. No big fish, like about 24s to say 28s or so.
Yep.
And we just slogged our way through on cranks. We couldn't find them on edges, and we started finding them deep. But we covered a lot of water. We went all the way up to Bond University, up to the lock up there, and fished all the way up the guts of that system as well. And it was just working, and just we turned the bites over that we were getting, and we started getting bigger fish the later the day got.
And what were the lures of choice? What was sort of working for you guys? You're talking about fishing deep, so deep cranks, I assume?
Yeah, look, we had a couple of fish on top water early, and we had a couple of fish on jackal chubbies, which we call shallower kind of cranks. But none of them were of any size, so we went across to deep running spikes, the Daiwas, and the Imakatsu, what are they? OSP dunks.
Yep.
The 48 bendings. So we ran those for most of the day, to be honest. We did throw a few plastics and a few crabs and all kinds of things, but we just kind of ended up finding the fish were coming on the deep cranks right up the guts of the canals. So we stuck to dunks in really solid colours, I did, and Tone stuck to the spikes, and we were just, slowly cranking them through the water column, and eventually fish would turn up on some of the corners and some of the middle sections.
And amongst that bag, you had the rounds big brim at 42 centimetres. Now, you caught that, and when in the session did you catch that one?
It was our very last fish. We were cranking along some pylons, and we were just saying we got about an hour's drive back from where we were, because we were a long way up Mermaid with all the 6-knot zones, and we thought, last couple of casts, and I thought I'd snag the bottom, and then the bottom started moving, and I got very excited and yelled for Tone to grab the net. And when we finally saw it, it was a horse. It was a huge fish, but it was, as I said, every part of about 12:30. Like, it was an hour to go, and bang on it. It was our last fish weighed in, and it was a great fish. It was like a 10-centimetre upgrade for us.
Which was the clincher, or that was certainly the one that got you across the line. Now, I know someone who wasn't that great that you got that fish so late, and that was John McKenzie, who landed a 41.5, and then obviously you pulled that in the last couple of minutes to beat him. So, but that's the luck of the draw, and we spoke about it. I spoke to Tony about it last round when we did the winners interview with him, about how those big fish can come in those dying moments of events, and it really kind of hits home that you've got to keep casting.
Oh, as I said, so my last 3 fish entered. We had a hot little bite, as I said, from about 12 to 12:30 when the tide was rushing out and it was just gushing past us. As I said, we weighed in a 35, a 35 and a half, and that 42, all in about a half an hour bite period right at the end. So you just have to keep fishing right up to the buzzer.
Yep, absolutely. So, well done. Congratulations on the win. Now, you guys are getting a nice little collection of the trophies that have been, that Builder Mick made up for us, which look fantastic. Nice little collection of those in the pool room. How's that looking?
Oh, yeah, the trophies are excellent. Tone's got 2 of them in the store. Unfortunately, both comps, Tone's had to either go back and work or he's had family here from down south, and he hasn't been able to even get into the weigh-ins. He's been very disappointed. So hopefully, maybe cross our fingers, we might get another one, and Tone can actually be there to accept it this time. He's been really devout about it.
At the moment, it looks like Bruce has won it a couple of times. He's been in the photos. So, yeah, look, they are a really great addition to the series, and I'm glad they're taking pride of place in the pool room, and that's exactly what we were aiming for. Was to sort of when Mick came up with the idea, he said to me about it, and I went, okay, let's try that, and yeah, so it's great to hear that's hitting the mark.
I really like taking home a trophy. Like I said, I know we've hogged them so far, but as I said, it's really nice to take home a trophy as well or something, just to remember you by, just to chuck it in the pool hall. As I said, it's straight to the pool room. It's been lovely, and they're really, really nice trophies. I really appreciate it. I think you've done a great job.
Yeah, well, Mick, I'll hand that straight to Mick because he did all the work, and I just organised the perspex. But they've come up a treat. And yeah, just a really nice addition to the series. So I really appreciate your time. We'll probably finish up on Team of the Series, sitting very comfortable there on top of the leaderboard.
Oh, look, Tone can't fish Sunday round, so I'm going to fish with Hayden. Not the next round, but the one after. He's very excited about a deep water bite, as am I, because I really like that. And it just gives us a bit of breathing room, to be honest. It's having 2 wins under your belt. We're just really excited to get back out and fish. To be honest, we don't get a huge amount of time to fish together, both of us working full time. But as I said, this definitely takes the pressure off and allows you to relax a bit more, and hopefully get a couple of high up places in the next couple of rounds when they start moving deeper.
Yeah, and you've got some real deep water specialists coming into their element over the winter period, and big bags too, so that it's that time of year when we
bags.
Yeah, so but I'll tell you what, you got revenge on the Easter Brim after, I know, and that's why I was surprised, because historically the Easter Brim, I've seen 1.9 kilo get third in that event. So for those bags to come in was awesome. So
we'd bet on beforehand, and I had a chat with Tone, and we reckon half the field wasn't going to get a bag. When you go back and look this time, you had 24 out of 25 boats with a full limit of fish, which is an awesome result. Just shows you how good the field is getting on the Gold Coast, and hopefully we start seeing a few more of these tournaments with big numbers in it, because it'd be great to see the sport take off again.
And I think it will. I think it's heading in the right direction. You've got Christo doing his work over with BTA Group, and between the two series, you've got the opportunity to go and fish a whole bunch of different scenarios, and it's all, and we've said this all along, it's all about growing the sport, and you've seen those guys come up through the ranks, and and then moving into the ABTs, or talking to Wade before, into the Hobie series and those kind of things, and growing the sport, because that's what we want to see.
Yeah, it's exactly what we want to see. And it was just great seeing a good bunch of blokes, and some of the boys that came up from Clarence, and all the boys that make the trip down from Brisbane for the events. It's just great to see everyone. It was just really good to have a nice numbers this time round, and in the Easter Classic like they used to be.